And three, two, one. Hey everybody, welcome back to my podcast. Peter Walsh here. Today we're going to be talking about how to talk to women, part 2. Hope you're not laughing too much. You know, it's funny. I started this podcast and I never thought I'd be talking about how to talk to women. But here's why I'm doing it. This is part 2. I obviously have done part 1, and which is available on my podcast as we speak. But this came up from... I've created these Facebook groups, dating groups for people, okay? Now, first of all, guys, I'll tell you the name if you do want to join. It's obviously for free. But the whole point of it is that since coronavirus, a lot of people have been complaining that, you can't meet anybody on Tinder or Bumble these days, and if you do, you get fucking ghosted, right? That's a huge problem at the moment. And as we all know, if you're single, Tinder or Bumbles, you've got to pay now to be seen, right? So, on our Facebook dating group, I'm trying to give everybody a chance, right? And again, this podcast is trying to give men a chance to how to talk to women, all right? I'm trying to give some pointers, all right? And the reason is because a lot of the men in these dating groups are not doing anything. Like, there's one group that has 90% fucking ladies in there, okay? 90% ladies. And the 10% guys, most of them are sitting around on the sidelines. They're just looking at people putting up news feeds or posts, right? And since day one, I've been telling everybody, guys, I would recommend you put up a photo introduction of yourself. In other words, put up a nice photo of yourself saying, hi, I'm Peter, I live in Cork, da-da-da-da-da. Or even a video. And I was recommending that you put up a video intro. It's definitely a better idea because people are getting just a more of an idea of who you are, what you're like. Are you quiet? Are you ballsy? You can tell a lot more from a video than a photo. Okay? And so a lot of the guys still not doing anything. And by the way, there's a couple of guys who are actually getting up off their ass and doing something about it. These guys are actually getting dates. Gee, what a surprise with 90% women in the group. Are you fucking kidding me? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Anyway, you know what? I've been crucifying them the last few days. I've been like a sergeant general, fucking killing my soldiers. But okay. Let's get down to it. All right. So basically, what I'm going to go through is another couple of pointers here, for the guys in the group or anybody else that is a bit shy about talking to women. Now, I'm just going to address what I said in part 1, and guys, definitely check it out, okay? But let's go through just a few other highlights. Few things to really make sure. Number 1, it's all about the comfort with the woman. Okay? All about comfort. Non-threatening equals comfort. Funny equals comfort. Charming bastard equals comfort. Quiet nerdy guy equals comfort. It depends on the woman, and a woman can warm to a nice, quiet, nerdy guy more so than the James Bond type, the charming, charismatic guy. Then again, some women are more comfortable with the James Bond guy because, he's a man, he takes charge. She doesn't have to worry about things. She's just like a passenger, so to speak. If he wants something done or he wants to go somewhere, he'll decide to do things. He'll suggest nice, lovely things. And guess what? She doesn't have to worry about things. Right? And he'd be there to protect her if anything goes wrong in a nightclub or a bar or somebody's giving her hassle. Right? So it's all about the comfort. All right? Now, the other day, first of all, let's just quickly go through the ones I pointed out the other day. Number 1, it's about being you. A lot of guys put a lot of pressure on themselves because they think they have to act a certain way. They have to come across perfectly. They can't fumble their words. They have to sound smooth. All this bullshit. That's the main problem why guys fuck it up a lot of the time. Because they expect a certain standard of talking to women, but what guys have not realized is that doesn't matter. It's all about comfort, not being James Bond. Let me say that again. It's about comfort, not being the James Bond charismatic, charming guy. Okay? Some women prefer the quiet guy. Why? Because he's non-threatening. Okay? You know, a woman, for all you know, has come out of an abusive relationship with some charming con man, okay? And she's been fucked over, and actually she's learned to appreciate the nice, quiet guy. Okay? She also might think that, oh, well, you know what? If he's quiet, he's not going to be going out drinking every weekend and cheating on me all the time. Right? So that plays into the quiet guy a lot more than the charming, confident guy. Right? Like, I would be considered, and by the way, I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, but I would be considered the confident, charming guy. But that goes against me. Because a lot of women could think, oh, he's like this with all the other girls. I'm just another fucking number to him. Yeah, he might think I'm hot, but another number. Here we go. Or, oh, I don't know now, this guy, yeah. Do you know what now? If he was going out with me now, he'd be fucking cheating on me left, right and centre. The girls like him, or maybe they don't. But either way, right? If the girls did like me, oh, well, come here, I'm fucked. There's no way he's going to keep his dick in his pants, let's so to speak. All right? So I hope I'm being clear that it doesn't matter. You know, everybody has their own unique type of personality, and you have to use that, right? I've chatted up a lot of women in my life, and I've failed 90% of the time. Okay? Maybe 1 out of 10, maybe 2 out of 10 sometimes. Not everybody wants the charming guy. So, that was number 1. Number 2. The next part of this is you have to, I call it, pick up from where you left off. Right? So in other words, if you are going to go over to a girl and talk to her, you don't go over and put her on the spot. Again, it's back to the comfort. Right? So what do? You pick up from where you left off. In other words, imagine she's your buddy, and you've just gone to the toilet, right? And you've come back to the table, or you've come back to have a chat. Now, when you do that with your friend, and if you're in a nightclub or a bar, you go to the toilet, you come back, do you go, hi, my name is Peter? No, you don't. You're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Okay? So you just continue on the conversation that you would do with your friend. You treat it like that scenario, right? You don't, no matter what happens, you do not tell them your name. It gives a little bit of mystery, right? Don't tell them your name. If they ask you for your name, then you tell them, and then you ask them theirs. But you never ask for their name. You never tell them your name. Let her dictate that. If she's interested, she'll ask you, and then you tell her, and then you obviously ask for her name. Okay? So, and by the way, guys, that's a really good. Let me just highlight that. That's a really good indication that she's interested. If you're talking to a girl and she then eventually, 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, she asks your name, that's a good indication. Doesn't mean you're going to get the girl, but it's a good indication. All right? So, okay. So when I say pick up from where you left off, you pick up from where you left off. You treat it like you've just come back from the toilet and you're hanging out with your friend. So in other words, you could go up to a girl in a bar and let's say you're standing right next to her. Good opening line would be, let's say, for instance, if the bar is really busy, right? You just turn to the girl and go, Jesus, you know what? I haven't been here for a while, but I haven't seen this place this busy in ages. Bang. That's your opening line, right? That's it. Nice and simple. It doesn't have to be high. You don't want to put them on the spot. The moment you say, hi, my name is Peter, all of a sudden they're calculating in fucking lightning speed. Oh, well, hang on a second. Jesus, what does this guy want now? Is he trying to fuck me? Is he trying to, what's he trying to do now? Right? It just puts a little defense up from them. Okay? And they're on guard now. So if the bar is busy, note that it's busy. Okay? If there's a lot of drunk people in there, just literally turn and say, oh, Jesus Christ, you see these, come here, they must have started drinking early today, and then have a bit of a giggle about it, right? Something like that. Nice and easy. Like, think of your own things, okay? But just treat it like you've literally just gone to the toilet and you're coming back to the table and you're talking to your friends and you're just continuing the conversation. Or if there's one drunk guy and he's on the dance floor and he's making a fool out of himself and everybody's laughing, right? And everybody thinks it's good fun. Say, excuse me, you could turn around to the girl and say, hey, Jesus Christ, I haven't been this drunk in a long time. Do you know what? I think he's drinking Sambucas or vodka. It has to be. What do you think? And involve her in the conversation, you know? Now, okay, so they were a couple of my main highlights for the other day. Now, here's number 3. Number 3, fellas, and a lot of guys are guilty of this. Do not laugh at her fucking jokes if they're not funny. Please, I'm begging you. Alright? I'm begging you. You do not laugh at a joke that's not fucking funny. Right? Or, oh, really? Really? Yeah. Okay? A girl doesn't want you to be coming across too fucking interested because, number one, it's fake. Right? Because you know what's happening when she's talking? If you're nervous, you're thinking about yourself. Right? So you're not paying 100% attention on her because you're checking in with yourself and trying to be cool. So don't pretend that you're all 100% attention. Oh, yeah, and nodding your fucking head like it's some chicken going up and down. Right? Don't do that. Jesus, it drives me insane when men do this and they think they're getting somewhere, but you're not getting anywhere, fellas, because guess what? Girls are smarter than us in general when it comes to these type of things. Women are way better at reading between the lines of what's going on in a certain scenario 10 times better than most of us men. So they know that their joke probably wasn't funny. Again, if it wasn't funny now, they're going, oh, well, that wasn't funny, but oh, Jesus, he's laughing away. Right? Now, if it's a genuine laugh, go with that. Use that. If it's a genuine fucking laugh, laugh. Right? It doesn't matter even if it's a sick joke or a stupid joke and, it's one of those jokes where some people actually think it's funny but others don't. If you find it funny, it's a place of truth from you. So if you find it funny, fucking laugh. Because at least she might think, geez, he's a twisted old fella, right? But you'll also think you're interesting, as in like, why does he think that's twisted now? Isn't that interesting? Right? And believe me, it adds a bit of mystery to you. So the point is this, you can never fail if you come from a truthful place. Don't laugh at their stupid fucking jokes if they do make a stupid fucking joke. Okay? Number 4. Don't sit there and nod and agree with everything they fucking say. Right? Okay? Challenge them on it. Right? Like, fair enough, you could be one of these guys, right, that you don't really actually give a fuck, what people think or something like that. And you go, oh, all right. Oh, you think that, John, do you? All right. Grant, oh, fair enough. Hey, man, you're entitled to your opinion. Cool. No problem. Right? Okay, like, that's cool to have. But you know what? If you want to get the girl, challenge her on it. And why wouldn't you challenge her on it? Right? Like, if you honestly think something different than her, she says, well, you know what, no, I don't like this bar because it's X, Y, Z. But you honestly think it's ABC? Don't say this now. Oh, I respect your opinion, but I think it's ABC. Don't fucking say that shit, okay? This is not a business deal. This is not a business proposal. That's cool to say that in a business proposal, right? Like, you don't want to be showing her too much respect. And I mean that in a good way, ladies. If, you know what I mean, as in you don't want to be overdoing the respect. Do you know? Because that's fake, right? You either have respect for somebody or you don't. I hope that's clear. You either have respect for somebody or you don't. If you have respect, you don't have to overcompensate. Well, I agree with what you're saying, but, no offense. I actually kind of think it's different. Fuck that shit. Alright? What you do, you say, well, here's what I would do. Well, actually, Peter, it's ABC. You honestly think that now? And I'd even give her a look as in like, are you for real? Come here, it's XYZ. Now, she can, and now all of a sudden, she's engaging with you in a conversation. Okay? Now this is good. There's a bit of a challenge. There's a bit of a debate going on here, right? There's like this is actually something you've got to say. A woman likes when a man has something to fucking say. Okay? All right? So challenge her on it. And by the way, guys, I don't mean, and like I said, back to the truthful. If it's real, go with that. So don't put on a fake thing where you're just going to challenge any woman on what she says. No, that's because again, that's total bollocks, right? If you genuinely disagree with what she's saying, like, you don't have to be a prick about it. You just go, oh, I don't know. Ah, come here, I don't know now. Really, you think that? Well, I think it's actually X, Y, Z. You know? That's cool. That's not being an asshole. All right? They don't like when you nod and agree and laugh at all their jokes. Okay? They have zero respect for you. They want a fucking champion. Now, the champion can also be the quiet, nerdy guy too. This is what a lot of people don't get. Now, number 5, and this is the most important for today. Getting a girl's number can be situational. What do I mean by that? All right. Let's say you've got this beautiful girl or guy and they work in your local coffee shop down the road. You go in there 5 days a week or 7 days a week, whatever the hell, right? But like, you're a regular in the place. Okay? They know you, you know them. Now, they might know your name, you might know their name, but there's a bit of chat going on and you're like, oh, hey, how are you, Peter, today? I'm good. What's the story? Are you getting on? You can, keep the chat like, oh, hungover as fuck today now. Oh, Jesus. Right? Okay? And that's cool. Bit of banter. Now, there's a big difference between the local coffee shop girl that you know versus the bar girl that works in your local Saturday night bar. Okay? Now, they could be the same type of girl, and this is what I mean by situational. They could be the exact same type of girl, right? They're the kind of the shy, quiet girl, or let's say they even kind of fancy you, right? They like you a bit. But there's a big difference in the mindset of the girl that works in the coffee shop versus the pub, right? Because the girl, so let's look at it. The girl who works in the coffee shop, she might get guys hitting on her every single day, okay? But chances are 99% of them are sober. They're not being vile, vulgar, perverts, creepy fellas, right? And if she gets asked out all the time, well then, hey, she'd still have a bit of a guard up about certain people, right? But I can tell you this, versus the bar girl is a completely different person. She's used to guys hitting on her fucking 24/7. They're out of their brains drunk. The bar girl's going nowhere near you, man. All right? Unless you meet her in town walking around and you're like, oh, hey, Now, that's a totally different scenario. But so again, it's situational. She has to be in the right place, the situation, for you to have a chance if you want to ask her out. She's not, if you give her your number in a bar, she's not going to be fucking texting you, man, because every other guy in the world is texting her or trying to get onto her, right? In the bar when they're drunk. Okay? Whereas the coffee shop girl, right, there is a chance. Now, the best way to do it with the coffee girl is, does she work in a different place, right? Or do you know where she goes drinking? Subtle things like that. Like, ask her where she goes to drink. Like, you start the conversation saying, oh yeah, I go down to Johnny Mac's, the bar down the road now, I'm hungover now as hell. And you say, oh yeah, do you go there as well? Or, like, where would you go now? Oh, do you? And, oh really? Oh, that's good. And then, a couple of weeks later, go on into the bar. See what happens. But I wouldn't be asking her out if the girl works in a bar or the coffee shop is a hit or miss. You could score, you couldn't, but the better, again, it's the situation, right? Try and get them out of their situation. Now, let's say you go to, this is probably a weird example, but let's say you go to a library, right? Or somewhere like that, okay? Where there's no one hitting on her, there's no one hitting on you, and you've a chance to talk, right? Now, first of all, guys, I'd have a backup plan, because if all else fails and she rejects you, you might feel awful. So have another backup place that you want to go. Okay? And by the way, ladies, if you're listening to this, look, I'm trying to be nice here, and trying to give you girls a good chance too. If you do fancy some guy, hopefully he'll come up and listen to this and then talk to you. So again, guys, it can be fucking situational, right? Um, guys, we're nearly at the end of this now, but the most important part of everything I said doesn't matter shit if you don't get up off your ass and go get the girl. Okay? Go get her. Like even the guys in the Facebook group, guys, I hope you're listening to this. I'm obviously never ever going to name and shame anybody, of course, because I get it. Like, you haven't taken that step, but if you want the girl, get up off your ass, lads, and go get her. And I have to admit, guys, I am one of those guys that, like, I've been asked out by women before. Does not faze me at all. In fact, I kind of love it. It's a real compliment, right? Real compliment. And why not? Why wouldn't it be? And I think I was even mentioning this in the last episode. Guys, if you get up off your ass, right, a really good exercise, I think I was mentioning this in the last episode about the part 1, is I stop women on the street sometimes. And I've done this for years. And there has never been one woman that ever looked at me and went, "Oh, I can't believe you. How dare you?" Right? Because they were flattered. They're on the spot, guys. Remember that. So whether you're a girl and you're going to talk to a guy and ask him out, or you're a guy asking out a woman, the other person's on the spot, not you. You have to remember that. Okay? So the more comfort they have in this scenario, the better. Less intimidating is comfort. More happy and relaxed, even funny, more comfort, more of a chance. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll see you in the next podcast.